Jones looked at in the crowd before the opening bell was his buddy Michael Jordan. And Jordan stood up in the front row and clapped his hands. Let's go. Now the action begins before nearly 21,000 fans in the arena. Emphatic affirmation that at least in Florida, the boxing public wanted to see the fight. Jones circling, Tarver looking to get started with his jab.
Yeah, right now, Roy is trying to keep the fight in the center of the ring. He's trying to get in a position to make one of those little, as he called it, chicken fight moves, and to catch Tarver unexpectedly, get the crowd to get all excited, keep doing that enough over and over to probably try to win a decision without going to the ropes.
What we're watching here reminds us that in their first fight in November of 2003, Roy Jones scored heavily when in the middle of the ring and was hammered constantly against the ropes. At the end of the evening, Jones emerged with a very narrow decision, carved out entirely on his work in situations like this, and usually with one landed punch at a time. He didn't land many combinations in that fight.
About halfway through the first round, Roy Jones has not thrown a punch in earnest.
And Tarver hasn't landed one in earnest.
Tarver's fighting a real cool fight. He's not wasting nothing, not getting himself committed by getting off balance, and sitting there keeping that distance. So whatever Roy does do with one of those little flashy moves, he can always take a step back and keep him off balance. Watch, every time he sees Roy, see there, he's take that little step back and Roy can't get his rhythm going.
Tarver knows very well that sooner or later he's likely to get his chance to take Jones to the ropes, where in their two fights he's been dominant. Jones bursts forward and finally throws three punches, landing one to the body. And they wrestle into the corner. 2 minutes passed before Jones deigned to throw a punch. Tarver fires a jab and then ducks away as Jones looks to return. Hard round to score, mostly shadow boxing. Jones lands one body shot, very reminiscent of their first fight. Jones misses a roundhouse right and a roundhouse left, and the phony war of round one comes to a close.
The only even light blows landed were by Tarver.
I thought Tarver's right jab. I thought he landed a couple of jabs, and that should have been enough to win that round.
Yeah. Don't charge him when he's ready. Make him move his feet before you attack him. You understand? Try to rest a little bit more. Make him move. Don't, if he steps out hard attack, just keep banging. You don't know what he's going to do. Make him run all night. If he run all night with bang, bang.
If he goes here, only thing he come back with a left hook. Okay, you seen you get under one hook. He's trying to load up on him.
Okay.
All right? Stay tight. Nice and tight. Keep jabbing him here. Just keep touching him. Shoot the left hand here. Okay. All right? Here, settle down.
Okay.
In the meantime, you just keep closing that gap.
Okay.
Just always be smart and keep him in front of you, baby.
Deep breath, baby.
It's your night, baby. Okay? All right, baby. Very good.
Some had wondered how much Jones's father might talk in the corner between rounds. At the outset, at least, Jones's father is the only one who'll talk in the corner between rounds. Regular trainer Alton Merkerson, the man who's handled Jones through his last 14 years of his career, was outside the ropes and not a part of the discussion. Harold gives the first round to Tarver. CompuBox found Tarver landing 3 punches and Jones 2. Let's see if there's real combat in the second round. Jones with a single shot to the body. Still very reminiscent of what we saw in their first fight. Jones's best round against Tarver was the first round of the second fight, just before he was knocked out.
I think both guys are giving respect to each other. But one of the things that Roy's got still blazing speed. And, you know, his speed has always bothered Tarver. Tarver just has a style that bothers Roy because he seems to know just when Roy's going to do a little aggressive move and knows how to, you know, back up. But both guys are showing a lot of respect for each other.
Well, if Roy Jones doesn't want to get a hit on the chin, he's got the perfect game plan so far. But if he wants to win the fight, he's going to have to start throwing some punches.
Stop! No punches, break thing. All right, let's go.
Tarver's first attempted left-hand shot fell short.
Both guys are having problems hitting each other. Roy's having problems trying to get to Tarver also.
First time Jones found his back against the ropes, instantly he moved away. In their first fight, Tarver was frequently able to pin Jones against the ropes and strafe him with power punches. Jones landing a jab, not a weapon he's used all that much in his career, but he lands it and steps to the side. Now he lands a jab and follows with a right hand. Jones getting more aggressive, swings a big left hook in the middle of the round. Jones shaking his head as if to do commentary during the fight.
So far, he's winning this round.
Not now. Tarver hit him with a clean left hand and rips him against the rope. Just like their first fight. Clocks Jones with a left upstairs. And Roy Jones didn't even try to fire back until he moved out of the corner.
No, but he was stunned by that blow.
A hard left hand by Tarver reestablishes Antonio Tarver's ability to get to Roy Jones.
And Roy's legs don't seem to be that stable now. And that's the limit of Roy's, and he's almost in a position where he can't get hit hardly at all by Tarver.
Wait, no punches. No punches. Step between both.
Jones misses a wide swinging punch, grabs Tarver. Tarver clocks him a little bit inside. Referee Tommy Kimmons watching closely. Second round comes to a close. The damage was done by Tarver against the ropes.
Jones doing more posturing than punching.
He's playing to the crowd.
Okay, so this is what I need you to do for me, Antonio. Look here. Look here. Stay nice, relax. Now stop shooting the left hand to the head. Go back to the chest. Shoot the jab at his chest. Okay. Keep him off balance. Okay. Get close together.
Stay calm. You're the fighter. Sure, they're gonna don't take to the pound. You want to pound. Just be raw. Do the thing that it took to make you be raw. And again, the fighter you are, the man you are.
First real action of the fight. Jones driven to the ropes by an earlier punch from Tarver, who keeps wailing away.
I'm really kind of surprised and impressed that Antonio Tarver seems to be handling Roy's speed very good.
Power shots in round two by CompuBox count. Tarver 8 out of 26. Jones 2 out of 12. Tarver quickly jumps ahead 2 rounds to nothing on Harold Letterman's card. He also won the first 2 rounds of the first fight between these two fighters.
When he saw that Roy was looked like taking the play and maybe winning that round, he stepped it up and did what he should have did. He started to be more aggressive, letting his big punches go, even at the risk of getting caught.
And you heard Buddy McGirt saying concertedly between rounds, quit firing at his head, put your jab into his body, and fire your straight left hand at his chest as well. They want to be sure they make contact with Roy Jones, who can be very elusive because of his speed. Tarver showing the patience of a man who believes he has the advantages in the fight.
Fighting a very intelligent fight. He's not overcommitting himself, but he's keeping Roy when Roy can't do too much either.
Two good body shots for Jones before he moved away. Tarver has landed his jab a couple times in this round. Tarver seems to be ignoring Buddy McGirt's instruction to go to the chest. Still firing away at Jones's head. Again, Tarver flicks the jab onto Jones's face. Now he fires it to the chest, as McGirt instructed him to do. Straight left hand. Jones managed to diminish the contact by turning away.
But so far, Roy has been able to avoid being too much in the ropes for the most part. He's fighting really the fight that he wants to fight, except he just hasn't been able to figure out the way to be effective in landing the punches where he can punch and get in and out.
There was a rumor 3 weeks ago that Roy Jones had incurred some damage to his right hand while in training camp, but Antonio Tarver said, hey, if you know the guy, you wouldn't expect him to come into the fight unless he was 100%. No evidence so far that Jones has a bad hand. Once again, Tarver gets him to the ropes, and again, Tarver scores when he pins Jones back against the ropes. Once again, they come to the center of the ring, and Jones leaps forward and lands a single shot.
Yeah, Roy's having a pretty good round right here, but Antonio senses, and that's why he's picking it up at the end.
Stay off the kidneys, stay off the kidneys. Work out of it, Roy. Get out of
Back in the center of the ring, which is Jones' territory. It's almost a blue state, red state kind of situation. One color when you're near the ropes, and that's all Tarver. One color in the center of the ring where Jones can score. Left hand landed for Tarver to punctuate the round.
Close round again.
Just keep your look. Keep your composure. Look. Keep your composure. Don't make him take chances.
November 5, it's Countdown to Klitschko-Rahman. Tune in for a behind-the-scenes look at the fighters as they prepare for their heavyweight title showdown. And November 12, it's the live fight. Vitaly Klitschko versus Hasim Rahman on HBO pay-per-view. Available in high definition.
Let it go. Show night. Take a nice deep breath. Okay, keep closing the gap a little more. But with the jab in here, look at me. The jab in here, don't worry about his head.
Okay.
Okay, when you get close to him, there's fast combinations. Don't worry about power.
Okay.
Keep digging down here. Okay, he can't take it like that down there.
Nice deep breath, baby.
All right? Let's go, baby. Beautiful. Keep the defense tight.
Combi box numbers in round 3. Tarver 10 out of 38. Jones 5 out of 22. Tarver landed 5 out of 26 jabs. Harold, how do you have it through 3?
Okay, Jim. 3-0, 30-27, Antonio Tarver. Jim, if you ask me what I've learned so far, I've learned that Roy Jones Jr. circles beautifully to his right, comes back occasionally to his left, and doesn't let his hands go. Now, I hope he's starting right now, because so far, Tarver's doing all the fighting, and that's all there is to it. 3-0, Tarver.
You saw Jones with the flurry of left hooks in the center of the ring after Tarver had landed one straight left hand to start the round off. Tarver going back to sticking his jab. Jones continues to play to the crowd. Although watching him play keep away like this, you tend to wonder why they love him so much.
Well, that's a good point, Jim. The thought was that maybe Roy Jones would be able to steal rounds, but if you're circling the ring like that for most of the time and trying these chicken moves, as he calls them, I don't know how you get the crowd on your side or the judges.
Crowd still on his side. Hard right hand by Jones. His best punch of the fight, and then another right hand to the chest of Tarver. And Jones is smiling as he rips Tarver to the middle of the belly with a right hand again.
Now, I thought the right hands to the head missed. Maybe I'm wrong. I thought the right hand to the body landed, but I thought the right hands to the head, Tarver slightly moved his head just enough when it went over his shoulder.
I think you're probably right.
I think Jones has found something here now. He thinks that he can start himself off by going to the body.
One thing Tarver said was very interesting in the meeting. He said, I'm prepared to take some blows if I have to, because I know Roy is fast and there's a good chance he'll hit me, but if I have to do that to make the fight rough and tough, I'm going to do that.
One question you have to ask about Jones, watching the way he's fought the first 4 rounds. Can 36-year-old legs move like that all night?
And they both are about the same age, but I think it's been a little bit more wear and tear on Roy Jones Jr.'s legs.
Well, he's had nearly twice as many fights. And significantly more rounds than Tarver in his career.
But it's interesting that up
Straight
until
right
the
hand
last
to
3
Jones.
fights,
Let him go, Roy.
neither one of them have been hit too much for the most part. They have a very good career as far as defensive skills is going.
Tarver did show courage in finishing a fight with Eric Harding with a broken jaw. Jones gets him with a good left in the middle of the ring. If judges are looking for a round to give to Roy Jones, this would appear to be the best candidate so far. Certainly he's scored more in the center of the ring in this round than seems to have been the case in the other 3. Another little body shot for Jones. We're a third of the way through the fight.
With a hook, okay? So look at you listen, when he gets low, you get low with him.
Okay.
Because when you get low, he gets low, you punch him down.
Okay.
And he's coming out with the counter.
All right.
So when he gets low, you get low with him and put that stick out there.
Okay.
Come on, baby, stay focused.
What about the pressure?
Listen, you're following him. You're not cutting him off. Okay?
Right.
You're not cutting him off. You're trying to hit him in the head with the left hand.
Okay.
Shoot the left hand to the body.
Just get close to him.
Right, don't be so anxious. Okay, don't be so anxious. Don't look for the knockout. Okay, he's fighting to survive. Okay, you're fighting to win.
Move in that direction. Sooner or later, you're going to start moving to your left and sticking with your jab a little bit. You understand what I mean? No, you don't want to get stereotyped. You don't want to get to where you're being predictable. You understand? And the most important thing, when you see him loaded up, you don't see him set, make him move before you charge. You step in and move and then charge. You understand?
Both fighters expected to make upwards of $5 million tonight. They aren't doing much to earn it so far.
CompuBox numbers on power shots in round 4. Tarver 8 out of 22. And Jones 11 out of 19. Harold Letterman gets Jones off the snide, giving him a round for the first time on the Letterman scorecard. But overall, CompuBox numbers in the fight favor Tarver.
But this is the way that Jones wanted the fight to go. When I gather talking to his father, he wanted to try to use his speed, do enough to win the fight. Don't even worry about a knockout. If it happens, it happens. But they're trying to win a decision.
Good combination by Jones in the center of the ring. Tarver snaps him with the jab. Jones comes back and lands a right hand. Jones playing a kind of a head game with Tarver, chiding him, smiling at him, as if to say, oh, I'm far the superior fighter. And now a little showboating for Jones. Gets the crowd even more excited.
One thing it is, Jones, as I've always acknowledged, and I think Tarver said that he has more speed, but it's still, Tarver has that style that bothers him. And I think that if Tarver can land a good, clean shot, he'll turn it around because he can take a punch, I think, better than Roy, and that's a big difference.
Jones's shots were blocked there. Now Tarver goes back to his jab, gets Jones into a corner, hits him with 2 big left hands. Jones takes his speed as if to say, oh, you didn't hurt me, and manages to land a combo in return.
So far, Jones has slapped the underside of his foot, stuck out his tongue at Tarver, and they've had a few exchanges.
And what happens a lot when Roy throws that right hand of his, it looks very fast and flashy because of the speed, but Tarver avoids most of those by blocking or either bending his body to his left.
Jones trying to fight his way off the ropes for one of the first times in his 3 fights with Antonio Tarver, and he gets it done. Not previously has Jones been able to punch his way away from the ropes. That time he did. Lands a right hand. Tarver misses over the top with a slow, lazy left.
Tarver looks like he's either confused or hurt.
Jones ducking the left, grinning. You would think from the look on Jones's face that he's pitching a shutout here. Maybe he thinks he can influence the judges with sheer confidence. Body shot for Jones. Tarver trying to land something big upstairs. Jones much more willing now to throw punches off the ropes than has been the case previously. And with the uppercuts, he creates space and moves away.
Jones has often gone to the ropes to create offense. He hadn't done that before in either of the first 2 fights with Tarver.
That's 4 straight jabs Tarver's landed. Make it 5 jabs in a row, landed flush. Will he get credit for it?
That's what I'm talking about, kid. That's what I'm talking about. Hold on, man. That's what I'm talking about. Give me that water, man. Give me that water. Yeah, as long as you keep them faint, good boy. As long as you keep faint, that's all going. And that side moving.
No, he's hooking to the body. Where's your hook at?
Right.
Come on, baby. You went too hard for this, man.
Okay, we got him.
No, let's go. Okay? He wants to make it a dog fight, make it a dog fight. But damn it, don't sit there and take shots like that.
Okay, I won't.
Tarver throws a combination of punches on the ropes. Perhaps one of them landed cleanly to the body. Later, maybe Tarver expecting Jones not to punch back. Jones punches back effectively.
Jones had not used the uppercut at all in their first fight, and twice in that round he fought his way off the ropes, largely on the strength of that punch. So a new wrinkle for Jones. He wins another round. 18 out of 41 power shots for Jones in that round. Now Jones gets in another uppercut, but Tarver lands another left. Jones leaps off the ropes and lands a right. They're starting to fight. And in the fight, Jones is doing better than most would have expected.
That speed is still a tremendous speed, but you know, it's the one thing about it. I think that his speed is good. He's beating him, but he cannot afford to get hit with a solid blow.
And he just did. He caught a left hand, partially blocked, and catches another one. So Tarver got in two lefts there and drives Jones back into the corner with a partial land. Tarver's landing his jab here, just as he was at the end of the preceding round, and that sets up another left-hand attack. And now Jones is back on the defensive as he's been in the past, on the ropes against Tarver.
So why Roy should be working that little jab that he throws sometimes when Tarver jabs, Roy would throw a fast counter jab over top. I'm surprised he has quit doing that because he does it very effectively. But right now, Tarver's been able to be very effective with that slow, probing right jab of his.
He's being allowed to land it with impunity. Jones not countering with the left hook or the little jab over the top.
Every time that Tarver sees him coming forward, Tarver usually backs back and bends over to his left, which neutralizes the angle of Roy's right hand.
Straight right hand landed for Jones there. And he grins to let the judges know he landed it. Now another opportunity against the ropes. Tarver reaches and lands the left hand. Jones sticks out his tongue again. Tarver still landing his jab. Jones may be shaking his head, but the jab is landing. Those are short. They collide. And Tarver tells Tommy Kimmons, I think he tried to butt me. This has been another pretty good round for Antonio Tarver, who reestablished himself somewhat in the fight.
Yeah, the crowd is all into Roy because of the flashy movement, but the actual punches landed are coming from Tarver.
When he's clowning, you keep working. Okay? That's how you make a dogfight of it. You're not cut. There's nothing there. Nothing there. There's nothing there. Listen to me. You got to make it a dogfight with this guy. Okay? He don't want to fight. But if you sit there and let him bullshit, that's what he's going to do. Okay? Shoot the left hand to his chest. Don't worry about his head. He's doing all those moves. You close the gap now. Let's keep it tight, Antonio.
Move to your left, flick your jab. Flick it. Flick it. You ain't trying to take too much to it. You don't want to push it. Let him get his head. You want to flick. Keep banging. He'll show you what he's going to do. That's what causes confusion. He's going to get desperate. He's going to try to come at you now.
Here's Jones with a little bit of tongue action.
CompuBox numbers in 6. It was all Tarver. 14 out of 63, including 7 out of 31 jabs. Jones only threw 18 punches in the round, landing 6. Harold, how do you have it through 6?
Okay, Jim, 4 rounds to 2, 58-56, Antonio Tarver. Jim, I thought Roy Jones threw enough punches to win rounds 4 and 5, but Tarver did come back and win the 6th. That's how it comes to 4-2. But I got to tell you, when Roy Jones feints, I don't know, Antonio Tarver gets defensive, he'll back up, he doesn't punch. Somehow or another, Roy can really freeze him in the middle of the ring by feinting him. The problem is, Roy don't punch after Tarver stops. 4-2, Tarver.
Roy delighted the crowd with some theatrical clowning after Tarver landed a body punch. The scoring was the body punch. And there's more scoring for Tarver right there.
I guess Roy thinks this is a vaudeville act.
Well, outside of that one round where when he was near the ropes over there and he landed the body shots and the uppercuts, he hasn't really did that much effectively. He had some beautiful moves, but he hasn't really been doing that much effectively in terms of landing punches.
They step on each other's feet. Jones points to the canvas to say so. But again, Tarver landed against the ropes and scored with a left hand over the top.
I think if Roy would be more busy and throw more punches, I think he could possibly win this fight, even by knockout, because his reflexes and everything seems to be great. His power.
He looks brilliant. Yeah, he looks like the speed is back.
Very good. Looks very much more strong.
Yeah, but he doesn't want to engage. He doesn't want to stand in there and fight. He used to use his speed to intimidate his opponents. Now all he's doing is a lot of this punk junk.
Listen, if they gave points for shaking your head, he'd be way ahead in the fight.
I mean,
but they give points for leather on flesh.
What's traveling through my head is, say Roy should squeeze out a victory with this style somehow. I don't think that's going to restore who Roy Jones was at all.
Well, you've said all along, Larry, it depends on how he fights the fight. Whether he can regain some of the supposedly lost legacy isn't just about victory or defeat in your view.
I'm sure he'll think it is, and that's fine. But all those people who became Roy Jones fans didn't become Roy Jones fans because he stuck his tongue out.
This is another non-scoring round for Jones.
Yeah, but it goes to Tarver again. You know, both guys are having problems of sustaining a real solid attack, but Tarver is the busier fighter.
Roy Jones's 3 sons at ringside. The twins are the 2 boys in the back.
Deep breath, give me a deep breath. See, you're getting kind of desperate now. All right, now you gotta power through points. Deep water. I know it, here in deep water. You can tell.
You gotta keep it up.
Okay.
You can't give up nothing.
Okay.
All right, baby? You can't give up nothing, Antonio. All right, combination. Combination.
CompuBox numbers in 7. Tarver 11 out of 48. Jones threw 8 punches by CompuBox count in the 7th round. 8 punches. Now Tarver gets him against the ropes again and lets his hands go again. Tarver landed the jab. Jones can't get close enough to land.
The crowd is now chanting for Tarver.
Well, that's going to occasion something of a verbal civil war, I imagine, because the Jones passionate.
Well, but he's not giving his fans a chance to get excited about anything.
Roy Jones Jr. was a very good fighter early in his career. In fact, in the Olympic trials and everything, he was a sensational fighter, blazing hand speed. Seemingly, after he visited Joe McClellan, he became extremely safety conscious. And then, I guess, following the 2 knockouts, it's made it even worse. And he seemed to be more preoccupied with not getting hurt Daniels would actually try to hurt an opponent now.
So do you think the real objective here, Emmanuel, is to fight Tarver and not get knocked out and then try to make some claim about that?
And you try to win the decision, but the first #1 priority, don't get knocked out. That's more important if I have to than even trying to win the fight in his mind he's looking at.
So he'd rather lose the fight and complain about the decision than actually
I don't think he'll complain, but I think his main priority is just really worried about getting hit. Don't forget, this man knocked him out cold.
It's impossible for me to imagine, quite frankly, that he's going to finish a fight like this and then say, well, Antonio beat me fair and square. It's just very difficult for me to see that coming out of Jones's pride.
And his whole attack is basically trying to throw a right hand. Basically, a right. That's all he tries to paw.
One at a time.
Right hand, no combination. The blazing hand speed he used to have. Not even the jab.
The crowd's booing and Jones is grinning, as though the boos are making him some kind of a winner.
He's grinning and flinching and ducking to it all at the same time.
One thing's for certain. At this rate, Tarver can't lose because Jones isn't trying to hit him.
Roy Steele, I think if he would really open up and take that risk, he has the punching power and the speed where he could possibly win this fight by knockout.
I tend to agree with you. I think when he's let his hands go and thrown punches, he's shown that he's still too fast for Antonio Tarver. But at the end of the day, you can't win a fight if you don't want to fight.
That's all he's going to throw is that one right hand, that kind of whip-like right hand to the body, or either a whip right hand to the head, and that's about it.
You got to take care of business. You got him in deep water. Look out, man. Look, Roy, you got him out there in the deep water? Yep. Got a jab feint. You got to pick it up a little bit. You got to pick it up just a touch. You know what I mean? Don't take no chances. You know what I mean? You got to get busy. Look, as long as you roll to your left, go back to your left and hit to the body. Go back, step to the left and throw that right to the body. That works every time. You know what I mean? I'm throwing right in the form of a hook like.
Hey, Dave, come up with that jab and that keep the head moving. Okay, baby? Now listen, when you hear that 10-second tap, he's going to try to steal around.
Don't let him.
Don't let him. Okay, don't let him. All right? Okay, baby, let's go. Now let's pick it up.
Nice deep breath, baby boy.
Now this is where our condition is going to kick in now. Okay. Let's pick it up. Come on, baby. Stay focused.
Antonio Tarver is a long, tall needle who punctured the myth of Roy Jones with a one-punch knockout. Roy Jones seems to be puncturing his own myth so far.
I think that Buddy McGregor is doing an excellent job in the corner. He's telling them everything to do that's right. And I was listening to Big Roy telling Little Roy that step it up, but don't take any chances.
Step it up, but don't take any chances. That's exactly what he said. He said you need to be a little busier. How many times have we seen fathers refuse to tell their sons the truth about what's happening in the fight? Roy Jones Sr. in his son's corner for the first time in 14 years seems to feel like everything's going pretty well. And it's not.
Unless he knows something that
Tarver hit him flush with a big left hand there.
Yes, Tarver stepping it up, making it more of a physical, rougher fight now. He's just what he wanted to do, even though he's taking a chance on getting hit because he's not as coordinated as Roy is, but he's willing to take that gamble on.
And by the way, if you're looking for the sudden explosion and the dramatic Jones knockout victory, his last knockout win was in September of '92. A TKO of Clinton Woods. It feels like '92, but it was 2002, 3 years ago. Landing an uppercut from all the way out there shows you how fearless Tarver is.
Well, he's saying that he's realizing that Roy's going to do the same thing over and over. Do that little paw, get down in his little chicken fighting motion and run in and throw the right hand. And that's all he's doing. There's nothing else beyond that. And so he just looks for that one punch.
When's the last time Jones threw a legitimate combination?
And he could really out-jab Antonio with his feet if he would work it.
But the jab here tonight is all Tarver. Of course, through much of his career, Roy Jones was too good to have to use a jab.
Well, you know,
Lead with the left hook.
He's still facing a guy and looking at that big left hand all the time in his face that knocked him out cold. So it's still deep in his mind whether he wanted to face or not. He's a little reluctant of running into that big power punch.
He's looking at a longer, stronger fighter with a better, more committed jab. and some serious technical advantages, and he's not putting his own advantages to work.
Now, good right hand. That's a perfect right hand.
Great punch by Jones, one at a time.
I think it was the best punch of the fight.
One at a time.
Yeah, no combination.
Maybe he thinks one big punch can win the round. There he throws another jab. But when Tarver throws jabs, he doubles and triples. Tarver popping Jones with a little left, even in the center of the ring. Now Tarver backs up near the rope. Jones fires one more shot to end the round. 9 rounds in the book. We're 3/4 of the way through the scheduled 12-round fight.
You got to keep backing him up. When you back him up, it makes it seem like you're doing more work. Okay, I know you want to outbox him, but look, we got 9 minutes. Okay? Look at me, baby. 9 minutes. All right? Let's go. All you got to do is keep that jab working, keep pressuring him. He's not going to... We need these last 3. Listen to me, listen to me. We need these last 3. I'm being honest with you. Look at me, look at me. He throws one punch and misses, the crowd goes crazy. I know, let's not take no chances, okay? You work too hard to take a goddamn chance. Okay, champion, look at me. You're a champion. Let's go out here and finish like a champion.
You missed him on one on top of his head.
I did.
You throw that punch at his chest, you hit him every time. Yeah. Yeah. But you make sure you step to your left and you round on the side when you throw it. All right. Somewhere down, remember now, he's the champ. Somewhere down the line, that's where they say he's the champ. Somewhere down the line, you're going to have to establish some points.
Come here.
There was a straight right hand that Roy landed in that round.
The best punch of the fight, but still, I don't know if that was enough to win the round, because that was the only punch he landed that round.
Harold Letterman will tell us in a second whether it was enough to sway him to give a round to Jones. The last 3 rounds, Jones is 7 out of 57 by CompuBox count. 7 out of 57 in 3 rounds. Tarver's 32 out of 160. Harold, how do you have it scored through 9?
Okay, Jim. 7 rounds to 2. 88. 83, Antonio Tarver. Jim, when they came up with the expression, you can't pull a trigger, this is what they were talking about. He sees the openings, he makes the feints, he can't let it go. Look at that. I mean, Jones just covered up. Instead of letting go with that right hand, he's covering up. Tarver's doing all the fighting. It's all Antonio Tarver. This fight is basically over.
I wouldn't say that, but I would say this much. I don't think it's a problem of Roy's reflexes. Contrary to that, I think it's just a mental thing.
No, but he's not saying it's reflexes, Emmanuel. He's saying he's unwilling to take the risks because he's afraid of getting hit. Maybe the reason he was so cautious all those years is because he didn't want to get hit.
Tarver lands 2 combinations. Jones answered with a single punch. In the first fight, Roy said he won because Tarver, quote, only fought 30 seconds of every round. Jones hadn't done that much here. Tarver 2 jabs, Jones with a right hand to the body. There's a good counter left by Jones, but again, 1 punch at a time. Some in the crowd are beginning to boo. Now there's a body shot by Jones. That shot blocked by Tarver's glove.
But you know, all of them are right-hand punches. Right-hand punches.
Jones getting perilously close to the ropes again. You know what happens when he goes there, and there it is. Tarver landed the uppercut and the big left hand.
Yeah, they haven't made full contact, but Roy was rolling from those shots.
Making plenty of contact to score.
Yeah. Now it's time for Roy to let his shots go.
Stop! Stop. Don't hold him and hit him now. Don't hold him and hit him. Let's go.
Tarver's tired after that explosion, and he's very vulnerable now.
Tarver blocked the first shot. I didn't see whether the body shot actually landed. A combination by Jones and a sudden assault against the ropes.
I didn't really see much land at all, really. I'll be honest with you. Just that Tarver laid back into the rope.
No, the big event was that Jones tried a combination.
Oh, good right hook by Tarver.
Absolutely. He backed Jones off for the right hook at the end of the round.
All right. That's a little bit better there. That's a little bit. Give me some Vaseline on this up here. That's a little bit better, son. You're using your head just a little bit better. Now you got to step up a little bit more, bro.
Okay, do what?
You got to step up a little bit more. Start painting the jam a little bit more. Start, get some water on his head. Some little Vaseline there. Start letting that showmanship. This
Want to fight? Don't you understand? Look at me, champion. 6 minutes, baby. Look at me. You got to stay busy. When you get him in the corner, put them arm movements on him. He's not going to commit. The only time he commits is when, look at me. Only time he commits is when you step back.
Appearances can be deceiving. Jones landed a couple of light body punches, and that was it.
Tarver wasn't using the best textbook way of getting away from those punches, but by leaning way back, he dodged 2 or 3 of them.
He dodged a punch, but it generated excitement with the audience like he was being hurt.
Sugar Ray Robinson famously said at the end of his career that you start to, when you see the openings, by the time you punch, they're closed.
CompuBox numbers in 10 on power shots. Tarver 17 out of 54. Jones 10 out of 27. Buddy McGirt said, go be busier, Antonio. And Tarver has listened to it.
Antonio's punches seem to be much more sloppier and seem to be much more fatigue in his punches. He's working hard, but if Roy would step it up, Roy could turn it around, but Antonio was outworking him.
Fight. Stay off the kidneys. Stay off the kidneys. Let's go.
Tarver looks tireder.
He looks tired. His punches are not as crisp as anything.
Roy Jones won the first fight.
Right hook.
He's badly stunned now. Tarver almost falls over the ropes, trying to knock Jones out after he stunned him big with the right hook. Jones is momentarily stiff-legged. Tarver's got a chance, and he is second knockout of Roy Jones, and he pursues it here in the 11th round.
And Antonio is tired himself.
Jones is not throwing back.
And Antonio should stand back and get one good clean power shot, but he looks like he's about to go down without even being hit himself.
He's tired.
He's tired.
But he's whipping Jones with big shots.
He's more than
he's Roy.
Now he thinks Roy's playing possum.
No, Roy is dazed.
Tarver thinks he might be playing possum a little bit. That's why he backed off.
Antonio's leaving himself on him because he's tired.
Most exciting round of their 3 fights. Tarver caught Jones with another shot.
Tarver like he's just totally shot. I mean, he can't even get his balance down enough to land 2 solid blows.
As Jones is blinking, trying to either get his focus back or clear his head.
Well, Tarver seems like he's just shot.
I agree with you. Tarver is tired.
He looks like he wants to quit. He's trying to fall out of the ring himself without even being hit.
Winning the fight going away, but suddenly wobbly-legged against Jones, and now he goes back to firing and snaps Jones' head up with an uppercut. This was almost a 10-8 round for Antonio Tarver. Now he's got to be careful down the stretch.
Well, the way it looks, there's a good chance Roy Jones is going to knock him out the next round.
Body shot lands for Jones. Tarver ducked the big right hand. We're into the last 10 seconds of the round. And Tarver gets out of the round okay, so does Jones. They were both harmed in that round. Tarver harmed Jones more.
Yeah, but Tarver didn't really get harmed. He just fell apart.
Look at me. Didn't I tell you that right hook? Listen now. It's the last round.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all gotta get that ice out of here.
All right. Okay. Yo, get down, man. Get down now. You get down.
Listen to me. You gonna let this motherfucker outgut you? Look at me, Antonio. Fight this motherfucker for 3 minutes. You understand me? If we gotta carry you out of here, we carry you out of here. You understand me? Keep backing him up. Okay? For the first man to keep the jab on him. He's not going to take no chances.
It was a long round, buddy.
I know it was. Don't worry about it.
You got to do is go back doing yourself now. Your head clear now, right? All right, then. Go back. Use your jab. Don't sit down.
That was
Antonio
the punch that
Tarver has always felt like he was groom to a famous celebrity who went unnoticed. He has a chance here to become more than noticed.
CompuBox numbers at 11. Tarver 29 out of 82. Jones 9 out of 39. The 29 shots landed against Jones, most or tied for the most ever in his career. Tarver looks stiff-legged and totally without energy here. Jones seemed done between rounds, but then revived in the last 10 seconds. What drama it would be if Roy Jones somehow pulled out a 12th round knockout here.
It would not surprise me. It's more to this. The Tarver just seems like he just don't want to fight anymore.
Jones only has one 12th round KO in his career. It was against Richard Frazier, a New York policeman, in January of '99. Trying to get it with one straight right hand here.
Tarver should be doing something. He's got an expression on his face, and his body rhythm is all of that like, hey, man, please don't hurt me. I'm done.
I
I'm
just
finished.
think he wants to survive the round. While he hit Jones in the last round, he also hit the wall in terms of his stamina.
I agree, Roy, but it's fortunate that Roy is not still too aggressive. Roy is still too preoccupied with being defensive-minded, and that's what may let Tarver get through with this fight.
Somebody needs to tell Jones it's the 12th round. Tarver clocks him with a right hook over the top. It was a right hook that hurt Jones in the last round.
And Tarver seems to have gotten his mental and attitude back towards being aggressive again.
Tarver slipped, but managed to go forward anyway. Jones has once again folded up the tent and stopped throwing punches. Inexplicable at this point in the fight.
I think this raises maybe the probability that Antonio Tarver would have given Roy Jones all he could handle and the best day he ever had as a light heavyweight.
Because Roy still has got his reflexes to be in coordination. That is not diminished at all.
Low blow from Jones. Tommy Kimmons says keep him up. Hard right hand to the chest by Jones. Tarver's just trying to make it out of the round. He's done enough offensively to satisfy himself.
Yeah, Roy should definitely take a risk. He's got everything to gain and nothing to lose. Should let it all hang out.
It's just not in him, it appears, Emmanuel.
On the 30th anniversary of the Thrilla in Manila, Antonio Tarver and Roy Jones complete their trilogy. Not in the same glorious way as Muhammad Ali and Joe Frazier, but in a way that could provide an answer as to who was the winner of the three-fight series.
I thought Tarver clearly won the fight.
No matter what they say they give you, I'm telling you, you're still the best in the world, and I love you. I've been proud of you.
Love you, boy.
I've always been proud of you.
Love you.
I'm telling you, yeah.
Antonio Tarver said to us yesterday, I could stand to lose. What I couldn't stand is to be robbed. Let's go to Michael Buffer and see what the judges did.
Ladies and gentlemen, we go to the scorecards. Paul Herman and Michael Pernick scored it 116 to 112. Peter Trematera 117 to 111, all to the winner by unanimous decision. And still universally recognized the light heavyweight champion of the world, Antonio